What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. It took me a day to do this video because I literally could not put everything into words last night, and I did not script this either. Normally I don't script my videos completely, but I jot some thoughts down so that I can keep a frame of mind as I'm going, and I didn't do it for this because I didn't want it to be that way. So everything I say right now is coming from a day worth of reflection and honestly straight from my heart, because I couldn't think of any other way to do this. I'm old, but not too old. I didn't get a chance to read comics like Fantastic Four and The Amazing Spider-Man right off the rack. By the time I started reading comics and getting into Spider-Man, it was the age of the X-Men animated series, the X-Men cartoon that was on TV on Saturday mornings, and I was reading the Spectacular Spider-Man at that point. Still Peter Parker, just in a later run. And I was about 6 or 7, and my dad had passed me all of his comics that he had bought right off the rack during the 60s and 70s. And those didn't really appeal to me. There was a lot of Alpha Flight and dare I say, Guardians of the Galaxy, and in comics that immediately the characters didn't jump off the page at the things I was looking at. And, you know, there were a couple of Fantastic Fours in there, but Spectacular Spider-Man was the first one. And, you know, the thing is that not many people know this, but superheroes used to just be aliens. And when Marvel Comics started, they were monster comics. Really, the genius comes in taking regular people and making them superheroes. And the triumph of the underdog, the triumph of the guy who's downtrodden and can't get things together, but then is actually a superhero and can defeat the biggest forms of evil. That made me feel back in the day some kind of way. And we all still get that feeling at the end of Avengers 1 or the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 1, when your hair stands up because the underdog wins. And if Stan Lee had anything correct, he had that correct. He had that part of the human spirit down. And I'm an artist myself. I actually, I'm a musician before I was a YouTuber. And the most that you can want as an artist, and the reason I say this, is to reach people, and to not just reach them, but to speak to them. And to not just speak to them, but to speak to them in a way that you can touch the deepest parts of their mind and awaken those parts to become greater versions of themselves. And, you know, before there were YouTube, before there was the internet, there were comic books, a completely different form of media, where the pictures and the words and the stories were all larger than life and awoke in each one of us the fact that no matter who we were or where we came from, that we were absolutely capable of great things. And now, here I am a little bit later in life, and I'm a Marvel YouTuber, and I'm still talking about Captain America and Iron Man and Thanos and all the same things that I loved when I was a kid. And they're all still just as relevant, if not now more than ever. And we all owe that to Stan Lee. And there's no way for us to tell him now that he's gone, but he's going to live on eternally through each one of us and the legacy that we pass down in our memory of him. And I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate the community we've built, but it's all because of Stan Lee. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for listening.